This is a HanaIsho arrangement. It is a beginner style arrangement done in a tall vase called a hibiki. This will be an inclining form arrangement done in the tall vase. The materials that I'll use for the subject material will be the Japanese fantail willow, also known as dragontail willow. This will be the shushi or subject material for the arrangement. This particular branch does have some rules associated with it. Since this is an inclining form, the branch angle will be anywhere from or between 60 to 90 degrees. So it could come straight out from the edge of the container, or it could be angled up as much as 60 degrees. Also, there's a opportunity here where you can swing. If you're looking down from the top of the container, you have about 270 degrees where you could swing this either to the left, to the back, or to the right, depending on your taste. Now I'll put some additional material in the arrangement known as chukanshi or filler material. This material does have some rules or parameters that you're supposed to stay within, essentially trying to support the subject but not overpowering it or confusing which materials are the subject. And to do that, generally you don't want to go out further than the subject and keep the material to a length so that it doesn't go higher than the top of the container, more than half the length of the subject, or if you go in the opposite direction of the subject itself, don't extend more than 1/2 the length of the subject. Now, since we don't have a Kenzan inside of this container, we need to use a variety of techniques in order to get the material to stay the way we want. And in this case, I'm going to use a vertical slit stay called a tatawari dome using this bamboo skewer. Now, depending on how and where you slice the branch material so that you can insert the stay, you can prevent the branch material from rotating because of gravity by using that stay as a point that will touch the side of the interior of the container and stop the branch from over rotating. The next material that we'll use is chrysanthemum, and we'll use this for the kyakushi, or object material. This object material does have rules associated with it as far as the angle forward that it needs to lean, as well as whether or not you can go to the left or right a little bit. And those rules are 45 degrees down, and then you can go to the left or right about 20 degrees. Now you also want to pay attention to the way the flower is facing. And you can see in this case, the flower is facing up or toward the sun. And the other thing to pay attention to with your object branch is the angle where you slice the end of the branch. If it's at an angle, it can help that flower stay pointing up in the direction that you want rather than rotating because of gravity. The length of the kyakushi should not be greater than 1/3 the length of the subject, and that is the length of the subject material outside of the container. The additional chrysanthemum here will be used to support the object and to bring balance to the arrangement. In HanaIsho, we do like to create a grounding area for the container and for the arrangement by using a nice set of green leaves. Sometimes those leaves, if we had enough on the chrysanthemum, we could have just left them as is. But since the chrysanthemum leaves were not very full or interesting, what I decided to do was use Camilla to cut them down and create that kind of green focal area in the center of the arrangement. In Ikebana, when things aren't quite right, sometimes it's better to just start over. And when I was looking for a quote for this portion of the video, I found one by Carolina Herrera, who's a fashion designer and designed clothes for the likes of Jackie Onassis. And she said, mistakes in life teach you how to succeed because you want to try again and do it better. And the more you do Ikebana, the more you need to be willing to start over and just take material out and try again. enjoyed this demonstration. If you value this content and would like to see more, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Until next time, take care and try Ikebana yourself.